all time, if no further members seek recognition, and a sufficient quorum being present. The question is, on favorable reporting, contempt, the report to the House. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, no? No. Clearly, in the opinion of the chair, the ayes have it. The ayes have it. The clerk will call the roll.
Mr. Issa?
Aye.
Mr. Issa votes aye. Mr. Micah? Mr. Micah votes aye. Mr. Turner? Mr. Turner votes aye. Mr. Duncan? Mr. McHenry? Mr. McHenry votes aye. Mr. Jordan? Mr. Jordan votes aye. Mr. Chaffetz? Mr. Chaffetz votes aye. Mr. Wahlberg? Mr. Wahlberg votes aye. Mr. Langford? Mr. Langford votes aye. Mr. Amash? Mr. Amash votes aye. Mr. Gosar? Mr. Gosar votes aye. Mr. Meehan? Mr. Desjardins? Mr. Desjardins votes aye. Mr. Gowdy? Mr. Gowdy votes aye. Mr. Farenthold? Mr. Farenthold votes aye. Mr. Hastings? Mr. Hastings votes aye. Mrs. Lummis? Mrs. Lummis votes aye. Mr. Woodall? Mr. Massey? Mr. Massey votes aye. Mr. Collins? Mr. Collins votes aye. Mr. Meadows? Mr. Meadows votes aye. Mr. Bentivolio? Mr. Bentivolio votes aye. Mr. DeSantis? Mr. DeSantis votes aye. Mr. Cummings?
No.
Mr. Cummings votes no. Mrs. Maloney? No. Mrs. Maloney votes no. Ms. Norton? Mr. Tierney? Mr. Clay?
No.
Mr. Clay votes no. Mr. Lynch?
No.
Mr. Lynch votes no. Mr. Cooper?
No.
Mr. Cooper votes no. Mr. Connolly?
Nay.
Mr. Connolly votes no. Ms. Spear? No. Ms. Spear votes no. Mr. Cartwright?
No.
Mr. Cartwright votes no. Ms. Duckworth? No. Ms. Duckworth votes no. Ms. Kelly? Mr. Davis? Mr. Welch?
No.
Mr. Welch votes no. Mr. Cardenas? Mr. Horsford?
No.
Mr. Horsford votes no. Ms. Lewin Grisham?
No.
Ms. Lewin Grisham votes no. Mr. Meehan? You are not recorded. Mr. Meehan votes aye.
Does anyone else seek to be reported? The clerk will report.
On that vote, sir, there are 21 yeas, 12 nays.
The ayes have it. The ayes have it. Contempt report is ordered, reported to the House. Without objection, the staff shall be authorized to make necessary and technical conforming changes to the report.
Mr. Chairman, I ask for the requisite number of days.
Without objection, so ordered. Without objection, we stand adjourned.